Today is risk-free, same-game parlay, Thursday Night Football Thursday, where we will attempt, not just as an office, not just as our extended family, we as a team of listeners and watchers will attempt to take millions and millions of dollars from FanDuel Sportsbook in a risk-free fashion. $10 is what the risk-free bet will be, and we have a parlay today that we have submitted this morning that I feel dandy about. A parlay, a risk-free same-game parlay that I feel most confident about. It's plus 1,029 is what it was. Okay, I don't know when it goes up. We will have to wait for it to go up to see what it exactly is, and when it goes up onto FanDuel, we will let everybody know. This is how I'm leaning early, and this is an obvious conversation piece, but tonight, the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions travel to the city of brotherly love. Nick Sirianni time and play the Philadelphia Eagles on a short week. 6.5 points is the spread. Everybody thinks that's potentially going to 7. I see the Bucs winning good.
Oh, yeah. Handsomely.
I do. I don't know why. I don't know how. They just beat the shit out of the Dolphins. The Dolphins stink, though. We know that. So that was a nice preseason game against the Dolphins to get the offense back on track. And if you do recall, last season, the offense wasn't as good. Tom wasn't as great. Then they all kind of hit a rhythm, and then boom, we're the Super Bowl champs. Is that what the Dolphins did to the Bucs? That makes me feel that way. Antonio Brown becoming a guy, that makes me feel even better now about what Mike Evans is going to see, what Godwin's going to see, what Cameron Brate's going to see, what Tom Brady's going to be able to see with Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, and this is no offense to Philadelphia. I believe the Eagles fans will show up in droves. I think the Philadelphia Eagles fans will be loud, and I believe they will potentially boo at some point tonight.
Absolutely.
And we have a risk-free same-game parlay where we will try to absolutely take advantage of FanDuel, their stupid lines, and obviously getting a chance to watch the Super Bowl champs play tonight is a beautiful treat for a Thursday night football game. Tonight, you got the Buccaneers and Eagles in Philadelphia. Your thoughts? Who do you think comes out on top, and what do you think by how many?
Yeah, listen, I think the Buccaneers are playing great football, and Philly is not anywhere near as talented of a team. It's the NFL, so it'll probably be a good game, but I like Buccaneers. I like the Buccaneers and their chances.
Hey, me too. We're really going out on a limb here. And I think if we were to be like your show, I think this particular office would have the same fucking logo right in front of it.
Well, Pat, we're talking about overs and unders now and talking about covering. You know, we're getting with the times.
Are you really? You guys talk about spreads over there? I didn't know that. I thought it was
just a little bit. We dabble in it. You know, we're not experts like you. We're not pros.
Nah,
but I would take. Listen, Philly won last week, but they only won because of a special teams sort of, I think it was a blocked punt. So if you take the blocked punt out of the situation, I think Carolina would have got that win. So it's more reason that I've got confidence in Tampa Bay.
Okay, me too. You said it. I listened. Okay, we are off and running.
Here we go.
The odds are changing a little bit. It started at plus 1,000 something. The more people that bet it, I think it also bet the lines could potentially change some things. But I am excited to announce the risk-free same-game parlay for this Thursday night football matchup. And I know the same-game parlay hasn't been hot. All right, we actually haven't won yet. It is risk-free, and there was like over $8.5 million potentially about to be won from FanDuel last week. We've had a couple injuries happen. We were 1 touchdown away from somebody that always scores touchdowns. It feels like this is the week that our risk-free same-game parlay, Thursday Night Football, Thursday bet will hit for all of us. And although my Super Boost might have lost in hockey because hockey turned into soccer for the first period the other night between the Penguins and Tampa Bay, that thing ended 6-2.
I know.
A lot of.
Only one period, that's all.
It was the only one that mattered for the Super Boost, but the hockey Super Boost is cold. The football Super Boost is hot.
Yeah.
I've won the last couple weeks in picking. I said we get a little bit more comfortable, like week 5, week 6, literally at the beginning of the season. You can go back and check it. I feel good about this one.
Here we go.
Tonight we take all the motherfucking money from FanDuel. Tonight we watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get a win. Tampa Bay money line. How you doing? Keep it moving. That feels good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Leonard Fournette, anytime touchdown scorer. He's catching the ball out of the backfield and screens. He's running, and people are saying he's looking like he's in better shape than he's ever been and running harder than he's ever run. Let's assume he's going to get in the end zone at least once tonight.
There we go.
Jalen Hurts going to run for over 40 yards because he's going to be running for his life with the way that defense is going to fly around.
Big time. And he is their running back.
And he has rushed for over 40 yards basically every single game he has played except for 2 of them. So this seems like an easy one. Tom Brady over 1.5 rush yards. Now, this is one that we can never be certain of. But primetime game, Thursday night, Tom Brady has loved showcasing his athleticism at this late stage of his career. A lot of points. Not that he didn't celebrate before. Remember, he became a 1,000-yard rusher in the NFL, and he made a massive deal of it because he is the quarterback sneak king of all time. Now he's moving. Talk about naked boots they're putting him on, getting him out there. He has no knee brace on. Let's assume he's going to fall for 2 yards.
Yeah, I like that.
That's 6 feet. He's taller than what he needs to get.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's just assume it's going to happen. That is one I'm not 100% sure for, but the last one, Antonio Brown, over 40-plus yards, fucking lock it up. Tom Brady was just talking about him on Monday, about how incredibly intelligent he is. Last week, they just started finding the connection. I mean, that is just, his actual over-under, I think, is like 60-something. Took an alternative over-under at 40. Just feel like we're getting 20-some yards on the sports book, and also that one's going to hit. This thing is at plus 900-something right now. $10 bet wins you 90-something. This is the one. This is the night that we get to dance on FanDuel.
Yes.
This is the night where we get a risk-free same-game parlay that smashes the bank account of FanDuel Sportsbook.
Here we go.
I feel good about it.
So do I. Love it. I think, like you said with the Brady, like I can already see 4th and 4, 5 wide, Brady
Up the middle.
QB draw for fucking 16 yards up the gut.
Let's go. He's going to look like RG3 when he was striding out in Pittsburgh on Wednesday afternoon football.
Yeah.
And he did post on his IG story of him running down the sideline saying, hey, the coaches need to put in a few more read option plays, I think, now.
Prime time, too. He knows that the highlight of him running is awesome regardless.
Yep.
Over 1.5. That's the only one I'm really... Like, we will see.
Yeah.
What should be the risk-free bet that we put on FanDuel Sportsbook and hopefully take millions and millions of dollars from FanDuel Sportsbook? $8.5 million was almost lost by FanDuel last week. Before that, like 40-some thousand people were riding and tailing our risk-free same-game parlay. That would have been up over $10 million. Take it from FanDuel. We are trying to do it again tonight. You have to opt in, obviously. Then you get a $10 risk-free same-game parlay. And the one that you should jump on is ours, the Tampa Bay money line. That's going to hit. AJ thinks it. I believe the Hammer Dime boys think it. I think it. 6.5 might be too much. 7 might be too much for your fancy. Not for me, but the money line feels like this is a great bet. Because Bruce Arians said, we just got a bunch of fucking winners.
Hell yeah.
Who knows how it's going to look? It's Thursday night. It's a short week. Even though Tom's injured, Tom is happening. I think they're going to blow him out, but let's just keep it for the money line so we'll get more people to join in our venture of taking millions and millions from FanDuel Sportsbook. And then Leonard Fournette, anytime touchdown scorer. Okay. All right. They're starting to feed the big dog. People are starting to say, hey, this guy's starting to look like how he's supposed to look when he was coming out of LSU, looking like a 55-year-old man playing against a bunch of children down there. Leonard Fournette is eating. This isn't just playoff Lenny, Super Bowl Lenny. This is what I think Lenny is going to be going forward as an absolute stud who maybe had his soul drained a little bit while he was in Jacksonville. Second home Tampa, obviously helping. Jalen Hurts will rush for over 40 yards, okay? He's done this in basically every game he's played except for 2. I think he's going to be running for his life, trying to make a play, much to the point, I forget who it was. Somebody made the point, maybe yesterday. When these young quarterbacks and their legacy is being born and people are judging them on whether or not they're the future quarterback, long-term quarterback. That is why you see players like Joey, I think Chuck Pagano said this, Joey Burrow and Carson Wentz, they're going to try to extend every play, try to make every play happen because it is riding on their shoulders what people are going to say about them, their team, their history. Jalen can run. He has run. Prime time. Let's assume he's not going to let any play just die or slide. I think Jalen is going to be running all over the place. It's a part of their offense, and I think Sirianni knows that. Plus, with that D-line, they're going to be chasing him all night. Tom Brady to run for over 1.5 yards. Now, this is one that I am. Hey, this was a little bit of an odds. This was an odds booster.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is one that I'm not, I'm not 100% sure about this one. This one.
I mean, he'll have at least one QB sneak, don't you think? On 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1, Tom always falls forward and gets those.
I agree, and he's like 6'5" or whatever he is. So he literally falling down with the ball on his face is over 1.5 yards. Now, there's a couple kneels at the end of the game, a couple people have mentioned, but let's assume he's going to get loose. National television, he knows how hilarious it is to watch him run. I think he relishes in the moment of saying, hey, I still got it. I'm pliable. I don't wear knee braces anymore. And then Antonio Brown for over 40 yards. This seems like a no-brainer. They still have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cameron Brayton, all those other weapons. Antonio Brown is not going to be able to get doubled or tripled like he potentially has been in the past whenever he's been on other teams. Now he's seeing single coverage and different routes. He is just going to continue to feast. I don't know when he will become the guy that they change their coverage towards. Rob Gronkowski isn't back. That would help him out a little bit more. But Antonio Brown's going to continue to eat. Tom Brady's been talking him up all week. Let's go ahead and get all this money from FanDuel, AJ Hawk.
I mean, when you look at it like that, it doesn't seem like an impossible thing to happen. All those things, if those players stay healthy, you would imagine there's a good chance it'll work.
Now, I will say that the same game parlay has had some trouble with injuries.
Yeah, it has.
I would like to let everybody know that that is not the same game parlay. That is just happenstance, coincidence. And there's no way that it happens again. I mean, this is something the universe is not saying, hey, because of the same game parlay, the most pivotal part of your same game parlay now must get hurt. No, no, no. It's actually the universe forgetting about the same game parlay. And they said, hey, we fucked you a couple weeks in a row. Now we're going to get you back. That's how we're looking at this risk-free same game parlay Thursday Night Football, Thursday night, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, you're due. Don't you think you're due to hit one of these finally?
Yeah.
Well, the football super boosts are hot. I've had better weeks than you back-to-back weeks. It's about time for the same game parlay to get going, I think, And I self-handicapped at the beginning of the season.
A little bit.
Beginning of the season, I said, hey, I don't know anything about any of these teams.
As you should.
Because it's a brand new season.
We didn't.
And I lost
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Had no idea.
I lost a lot of money.
Yeah, we all did.
It's tough.
A lot. There was $0.00 in my FanDuel account each Monday for the first month of the NFL season.
It was tough.
That is not good. That's not how you're looking to start your season. Gambling, living, anything like that. My picks were being displayed to the world with yeses and nos. While AJ was becoming the greatest prognosticator on earth, I looked like an absolute stooge. But I said, I don't know anything about. Now I feel like I know these teams.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I know the teams. Now I feel like I'm about to really hit my groove, really hit my stride. And those that haven't been around a long time know that I do get hot. But when I get cold, you need to realize and recognize, hey, he is cold right now. I need to get off it. And although a lot of stats and figures might say that I'm currently cold, you're wrong. 2 Super Boosts back-to-back, no big deal. It's the best bet of the day.